Greetings and welcome to the Fan Perspective. I'm your host Nathan Isle, and this is WNBA Weekly, the show of twice a week, usually Mondays and Fridays, sometimes a day early if things permit. I come in here, I talk about things that happened recently in the association and things I'm looking forward to watching in the coming days. So first we'll start off with some injury news. Tamera Young, forward for the Chicago Sky, she is going to be out indefinitely after having surgery. She hurt her thumb in the preseason and they didn't think it was anything serious. She jammed it again recently and a test showed that there was a damaged ligament. And so she's going to be out for a long amount of time. Not sure how long, but very long. And in recent game news, you've got the Stars and the Sparks still completely winless on the season. And you've also got the Seattle Storm, who are undefeated against the Sparks, winless against everyone else. But hey, that's still good enough to put them in the playoffs for right now. For right now, though, because eventually Candace Parker will come back. And then you've also got the Indiana Fever. After their worst loss of the season, they come back and have their best win of the season, leading by as many as 29 points as they handle the Dream, and sending them to the bottom of the conference. And also the All-Star ballot is now open. That's the biggest thing I wanted to talk about. They changed the format slightly. There's a link in the description to an article that explains it all. But yeah, now you vote for whoever the hell you want. They usually give you a list of players and you vote for this and that in each conference. Now they just give you basically the name of every active player in the league right now, everyone that's on a team roster, and you can just vote for anyone you want. So that's happening. And now, moving on to the games I'm looking forward to this weekend, because this is going to be a packed weekend. If you don't have any dates or any other plans, this is the weekend to plant yourself in front of the TV. It's going to be in full swing for the next few days. And of course, I'll tell you which ones are being broadcast nationally. For the rest, check your local listings, or you can watch every single game on WNBA Live Access. And also, when I say the times, it's going to be Eastern Standard Time. And for those who don't understand how time works, because they don't really teach you this in school, I only learned it from my parents explaining it to me. But Eastern Standard Time basically means if I say 7 p.m., that means if you live in New York or anything along the Atlantic Ocean, it's 7 p.m. means it starts at 7 p.m. But if you live in Texas or any of these middle states, that means 6 p.m. And then if you live in LA or something, somewhere along the Pacific, 4 p.m. That's how it works. I don't understand why it works like that. The world is a crazy place, but that's how it works. So all of these are Eastern Standard Time, so check your local listings. So, starting on Friday, we've got a great complement of games, starting with Tulsa at Washington at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Both of these teams are near the top of their respective conferences, and two of the best teams in the league right now. For them, whoever loses, it'll only be their second loss of the season, and they will be no lower than second place, at least at the time of them losing. However, whoever wins, it'll give them a little bit more separation from the rest of the pack. Every little game counts right now. We're still very early in the standings. Then you've got Indiana at New York at 7:30 p.m. You've got Chicago at Atlanta at 7:30 p.m. as well. And then you've got Minnesota at San Antonio at 8 p.m. San Antonio still winless on the season. They're still looking for their first win. That's going to be a difficult thing to do against the Lynx. And then you've also got Connecticut at Phoenix at 10 p.m. And right now, the Sun, they're at the very top of the Eastern Conference right now. But Phoenix, even though they're a 500 team at the moment, one, they only have to hold on for a few more games before Griner comes back. And two, they're still one of the best home teams in the league. And then we move on to Saturday. You've only got 2 games being played then. Where did my mouse go? Anyways, Saturday you've only got 2 games being played. Washington at Indiana at 7 p.m. and Chicago at San Antonio. That one's going to be on NBA TV at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then on Sunday, what we're really waiting for, because on Sunday you're going to have 4 games in a row, all of them being broadcast nationally on NBA TV. starting at 3 p.m. with New York at Atlanta. Then we move on to Connecticut at Los Angeles at 5 p.m. Which for that one, I'm pretty sure that when they made the schedule, they were expecting it to be the Agumake sisters going at it again, Nneka versus Chiney. And it seems like right now, there's a chance neither of them is going to be playing. And then you've got Tulsa at Minnesota at 7 p.m. And as of right now, like these two, they're fighting for that number one spot. And Tulsa, their only loss of the season came in their season opener against Minnesota. And then you've got Phoenix at Seattle, two teams that are both kind of hovering around that 500 mark right now. And that game's on at 9 p.m. So yeah, if you have no plans for Sunday, don't bother making any. Just plant yourself in front of there because you'll have games starting in the afternoon and they'll be playing till you go to bed at night. So, well, it depends on how early you go to bed. If you got a job in the morning, you want to get to bed at a decent time. I'm rambling too much. Anyways, that's it for this edition of WNBA Weekly. Tune in on Monday for another all-new episode. And until then, this has been The Fan Perspective. I'm your host, Nathan Lyle. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the games.